Casa Grande Regional Medical Center opened Central Arizona Breast Center at Desert Reflections in April of 2011. And we opened the center in this community because we wanted women of Pinal County to have the same access to a state-of-the-art breast center as women in Phoenix and Tucson.
The most common issue I see with women who delay getting a mammogram for financial reasons or any reason is finding a lesion late and having an abnormality that could have been easily cured early on that advances to a further stage of cancer and becomes much more difficult to treat.
It is always a tough thing to hear, that you have cancer, but to have people there caring enough, genuinely caring enough to basically hold your hand through the entire scary ordeal is something that words simply cannot express. I simply cannot say enough about the support, the true, sincere caring that I received, from the staff is more than words can ever begin. More than words can ever begin to tell you.
We try to overcome the patient's barriers, whether it's transportation or fear. If they don't have insurance, that's one of the main barriers that we will come up against. So if we are able to get funding for them and let them know that they may need to have a biopsy, they may need to have a breast MRI, but that we can get it covered through our funds. The most rewarding part of my job is to let the patients know that they have one person that they can go to. They have a liaison, they have a contact person that they can go to for questions.
The most difficult part of my job as a radiologist here at the breast center is educating patients about the conditions they're concerned about, whether they feel a palpable abnormality or there's an abnormality on a mammogram that they're here for, letting them know what to expect in terms of the diagnosis and treatment that they might receive, and answering their questions. A lot of times they're very scared about what it means, and letting them know that most of the time abnormalities on a mammogram don't necessarily mean they have breast cancer.
This year I had a personal experience where I went to the breast center for my annual mammogram and it came up abnormal, and as a result of that I went back for diagnostic images and it was determined that I was going to need a stereotactic breast biopsy. And I'm so grateful for the support of the breast center staff, including Becca as the breast center navigator and Dr. Chasm, the radiologist, who educated me on what was going on with my situation. But I know that was very stressful for me, and I'm very fortunate that my results came out benign. But for women who don't have financial resources, to hear not only that they might have a problem, but not knowing how to pay for these expensive tests, I really feel for them. And I know that that's why the foundation funding through grant writing and other support from local partners is so critical, as well as through the fundraisers that the foundation board holds, like the Regional Riches Raffle and the 5K and half marathon that took place on February 9th this year.
About 8 years ago, I went in for my yearly mammogram. I was a fortunate one that they caught it when it was so small. I volunteer at this breast center because I just love this place. And it's quiet, but it's very serene and everything, but it's comfortable. You don't feel like you're in a waiting room. They have robes that you feel like, like you're being pampered. We have wonderful technicians that are so good with the people.
I think the biggest success that we've had since opening the Breast Care Center is having continuity of care for the patient. They can come in, get their mammogram done, oftentimes have a diagnostic mammogram needed at the same time, and we communicate those results to their doctor and to the patient before that patient leaves.
You have to be strong. You can't say, it's that word, and all you have to do is have your yearly mammograms and be on top of it. And if you do face it, you just take it a day by day.
If ever I had a question, if ever I had any concern, I knew that all I had to do was to make a call here and everything would be fine. Everything would be fine.